This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
We're back, says Matt, as he leaves to pee. I am going to top off my coffee, but I will only be 1 second.
I will sit here in silence, and I will leave it recording.
Studious silence.
Studious silence. I might, talk to the viewers. This is why I would be a terrible solo Let's Play host. We tried that in the early days of Level 0 NPCs as well. I think, if memory serves, there was at least one episode where it was kind of just me. And I kind of floundered. That's the thing about the format of Level 0 NPCs that works well for us is... although I'm sure, given the opportunity, someone like Matt could probably hold a whole episode on his own. It helps us to be able to keep things rolling. There's a whole lot less downtime. There's a whole lot less silence. We get moments of silence, you've probably noticed, watching the episodes to date, where I'm just sort of navigating the notebook and people sort of run out of things to say and during those points because they don't want to, stop the next line of dialogue from being startable. But overall, the nice thing about our format is I don't have to necessarily sit there trying to hold the whole episode on my shoulders. And it sounds like we have someone back.
I've actually been back for a little bit.
There you go. Hey, welcome back.
I think we got 5 minutes into the first episode this session before I remembered that I had a speaking role and was supposed to commentate on things.
That happens.
Hi.
It's another nice thing about the format, You can kind of just forget to talk for a while and the episode isn't just dead silence. So, hey, welcome back, Matt. How was your pee?
Uneventful. Nice.
Uneventful.
That's what you want in a pee.
You don't really want an eventful pee.
No.
All things considered.
No, you're not looking for...
There's very few events I can think of while you're peeing that you would really, delight at.
It was pretty clear. I had a bunch of liquids. A lot of water.
That's good.
So, maybe too much.
Yeah.
Not
always, when you have a lot of liquids, is it going to come out clear? So.
No, and it did this time.
Stopping to pee is really a good kind of vibe check for your whole personal well-being, your sphincters are all operating normally, right? The color of your pee, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're going through a whole diagnostic, unconsciously or consciously when you pee.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's good. It feels good. I'm fine. I'm feeling much better now. Although the giant jar of water I did drink while we were recording the last episode, that's going to be knocking on my door soon.
Nice.
Yeah. Not for a while.
Another hour of recording, maybe less. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
So, yeah. How was your event?
Super eventful. Wow. I don't know. Just fine.
Blood, bullets.
blood and bullets.
There was about I was going to say a year, but I think it was longer than a year, where if you came back from anywhere and said anything to Matt, didn't matter where you were, he would have one of two follow-up questions. Was I there? And what did you learn about yourself?
I still ask that one. It's really important.
Yeah, if it's just and the honest answer is yes, I was just making an empty statement to fill the silence of my return. I am here because I was there. And rather than just the polite silence or nod that most people give, Matt would reply, what did you learn about yourself? And just I would start to come equipped with things that I learned about myself just to have an answer to the question.
I feel like that's very healthy, all things considered. If you have been prompted enough to the point where you are naturally being more self-aware, and thinking about what you're learning about yourself through the various, rituals you go about during the course of the day. That's good. That's helpful. That's nice. I like that.
Thank you.
I want more of that in my
I
life.
try to be helpful, I
job,
really
Matt.
try to
Really?
Yes.
It did not take Julia long to get your number.
I do, I think self-improvement is a big hobby of mine, and I like to encourage it in others,
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm an asshole. So, that too. But I'm a lovable one, huh?
Says
A
you.
true mark of success is the capability of being an asshole and still,
Having friends.
making a positive impact on the world. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, right? I use it for good.
Yeah, it's just a question of who you're being an asshole to.
Yeah.
and how?
And for why.
For why?
Yeah.
Should we get a little bit more video game in?
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's do some
Real
video
quick
game.
on the subject of Egyptology. Did y'all know that a scarab was a dung beetle? Because I only learned that
Only recently.
a couple of years ago. I think I learned that for the first time. And I was astonished. Like I gone my whole life thinking a scarab was like a whole different type
Me
of thing.
too.
It's just a dung beetle. I think what did it is the first Brendan Fraser mummy movie, just The Mummy.
Oh, right on.
Because the scarabs are like burrowing under people's skin. And I was like, oh, scarabs are some sort of fucked up carnivorous beetle. But no, it's straight up, it's a type of dung beetle.
Yeah. I think, interestingly, maybe when I learned that the scarab was a dung beetle might have been, of all things, playing Monster Hunter. Because they have dung beetles in certain levels in it, and I seem to recall one of them being described as a scarab.
Well, the reason Khepri is a scarab-headed sun god is that somebody looked at the sun going across the sky and said, I bet there's just a giant beetle up there rolling a white-hot ball of shit across the sky.
Yeah, that would be... I'm sure there... I don't really recall because I'm not... my religion skill is not proficient. But I don't really know how the sun is generally portrayed in various religions. But, flaming ball of shit is probably not the one I would have wanted to go to. But,
I agree. It wouldn't be my first thought either, but I love it. It's the steamiest of all dumps.
White hot! Somebody had a curry. A real powerful one.
Is there anything in the mythology that describes from whence that came?
I don't know. I'd have to read up further. I know he's one aspect of the sort of godhood of the sun. So it's not just Khepri. There's other sort of facets to that.
Well, who did the poop?
I believe
guess,
Khepri
is what I'm asking.
I guess Khepri is a sun god, not the sun god. That's an excellent question. If the sun is a white hot ball of shit, who shat it? Who shat the sun?
Look.
I mean, Ra, I would assume.
Yeah, it doesn't Ra carry it on his head?
Huh?
I think both are true is the answer to that question. But
the sun in Ra's crown?
It is
sometimes, right?
It is like all religions made up. So
Maybe that's where he keeps the shit ball when what was the name of the god? The scarab
Khepri?
god? Khepri. When
yeah.
Khepri isn't rolling it through the sky, maybe that's when Ra keeps it on his hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he's got his little falcon head and his little sun on his head. Right?
I'm just realizing though, if your head was the scarab, then in order for the scarab to roll the ball, the human body would have to be doing a fucking crab walk kind of thing, down on all fours, neck extended into scarab pushing the giant flaming ball of shit.
Oh, I love the idea of the legs of the scarab head on the ground. And then the human body crawling like a baby backwards on the surface of the sun to move across the sky. That's great. So, at a glance here, Khepri was sort of considered largely subordinate to the greater sun god Ra, but Khepri was specifically representative of the rising or morning sun, which is a pretty significant, office.
It's an important job. Yeah. Sun doesn't
It'd be
rise.
it'd be pretty fucked if the sun didn't come up in the morning. I think we'd all be pretty fucked. So, everyone
It'd be nice
remember
to
to
sleep
thank
in a little bit
Khepri.
longer.
Bless
though.
Khepri.
Yeah.
All right, let's video game a little bit.
Let's do it.
Boom! More eavesdropping.
You quite try to dame these days. I don't recognize you with your clothes on.
Goodness.
Excusez-moi, am I knowing you, sir?
Not at the moment.
Oh, Ziggy's my moniker. You gonna pretend you don't know me? Me?
Ah, you are making a joke with me, no? Perhaps you have confused me with someone else.
Blah, blah, blah. I joking. You're I know that buddy you sounds love.
I'm sure I am not knowing what you mean, Mr. Ziggy.
Can we be the murderer?
Oh, I guess you wear one of these high-class hats going here. I'm cluey. I'm cluey. And toots.
Ugh.
A lot of people hate Ziggy, and they're right to. They're right
Yeah,
to.
no,
That's one
it's
merit to the
justified.
voice you've given him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that you've made him something loathsome you've added a dimension of loathsomeness to
He
him.
does
Yeah.
deserve it. So,
Oh, yeah.
thank you.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
You know?
Matt is justifying what is forthcoming.
I look forward to seeing loathsomeness among our saves next time.
Are you enjoying the culinary delights this evening, Miss Delacroix?
This food, it is adequate. I do not eat so much. This way I maintain my figure, no?
Ah, yes. And a lovely figure it is.
Merci, Dr. Carrington. You are so kind.
I feel like we've known each other long enough. Please, call me Archibald.
As you wish, Archibald. I am yours to command, as always.
Miss Bow, this is something I can do for you.
Oh no, I was just admiring Miss Delacroix's dress. Merci, Miss Bow, and your gown, it is a bit out of date, but charming nonetheless. Thank you, I think.
I stole it.
Well, if you little screws, I gotta mingle. Wow.
He's turning back into mud.
He caught what Ziggy had.
Oh God, I gotta hear these two.
Oh my god, together! It's like the dream team.
I gotta gird my loins for this one.
I feel like I'm missing an opportunity to have a conversation with some of these guys, but I'll see if I can get that in before we end the act.
Yeah, how does that work? Yeah, I mean, well, you're doing walkthroughs, I'm sure. Well,
Hey, look at the leprechauns of the shore if it any perch.
Oh no.
Hey, what you calling me, alright? I don't know what your leprechaun thing is. I don't like the fuck. Sorry. I'm sure you've been called much worse things, a smart guy. Only by low cast poils, Sir O'Reilly. By the way, aren't you afraid of being seen me? Cops talk us solely all the time. Don't we spend and watch our turn here? I am a big patron of the arts, just kind of high class guy I am. Do you even know what art patronites? I don't know what. Okay, what does patron mean? Me mustache. Hey, ain't that the Countess over there? I mean, talk to her.
Matt Goodmanson, everybody.
That was not my best. But you know, I'm doing my best. I'm trying.
that's the important part.
Yeah.
Fanatically happy.
No idea how much my little Yeti mic's gonna like that clapping.
I
The
got
waveform is weird.
it.
I did enjoy that conversation between two thoroughly incomprehensible people. Because, like, the text is already there, and Matt is just making it less comprehensible.
One thing I am admiring about the Egyptian man is the way he is treating his woman with the strong hand and the firm words.
Well, that is the proper way, as our culture...
It's not to say our culture is primitive by any means. Our civilization has evolved over thousands of years, so our methods are quite thought out and practical.
And the Egyptian man, he is very skilled in the private matters as well, no?
Well, speaking for myself, I feel it's my sacred duty to be knowledgeable in all matters that concerns me.
I've had no complaints about my skills, Miss Delacroix.
Ah, Miss Bow, I didn't see you standing there.
Well, I hear another turkey leg calling me at the buffet table, so if you'll excuse me.
The turkey leg, it sounds good to me also. I'll accompany you, Dr. Smith.
Just walking around a party with a big Viking-ass turkey leg in your hand, just sloppily eating it and talking to people.
Sounds
Great.
like my kind of party, honestly.
Should we save, just in case things go wrong?
We can. I mean, like, honestly, I'm over-saving because, like, half of the saves I've attempted to load have been corrupted.
Oh god,
so-
oh
I
god.
know.
Yeah.
I know, but we don't want to,
Fewer-
like... Yeah. We don't want to, like, you know what I mean, do all these all over again.
Yeah, I apologize for not noticing that the hand there was just
Oh, I was going to tell you to move it.
cupping Ramsey's balls for like the entirety of that discussion.
Thank you for noticing, because there's not a good moment to ask you to move that hand.
Just happened to be where it was when the conversation started, but you know.
Oh, the ladies.
Good luck.
Ladies. Yeah. After
Oh, no.
this.
Okay.
Oh.
Good. I don't know what Nicholas will sound like. Oh my god. Oh my god.
The big brown boots and
Miss Bow?
Oh, Mr. Dorian.
That's right. We met at the docks.
Oh dear, your shoes, they aren't exactly formal.
Oh, well, I can explain that, but not right now.
I see. Well, what brings you here?
You, mostly you.
Oh, me?
You told me you'd be here tonight, and, well, I
I'm
thought we
working,
should talk.
Steve. Oh, about what?
Can we step outside for a minute? The moonlight is very nice tonight.
Well, all right. I think I'd enjoy that.
Okay.
You're almost channeling like a Patrick Warburton there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're about like 6 degrees off of Patrick Warburton with
Just a touch.
Yeah, just cronking him up a bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit.
Oh man.
game over.
Yeah, we got taken to a secondary location.
Yeah, that is how you get whacked.
I just wanted to explain to you who I really am.
You're not Steve Dorian?
Oh, well, yes, I am Steve Dorian, but I felt like that didn't give you the most accurate impression of myself when I met you earlier today. But, gee willikers, I'm not used to meeting attractive young ladies on the docks.
Your name really Steve Dorian then? I wasn't down there looking for a man. I'm a professional journalist working on a story. That's not your real name.
Oh, well, yeah, of course you are. I didn't mean to imply anything. In fact,
I was very impressed with your professionalism and with your smile. I just didn't want you to think I'm a common stevedore.
Yeah, my name is Jorna
Being a
Lista.
stevedore.
Jorna. Well, I'll admit I was wondering what a stevedore was doing at this ritzy museum fundraiser.
My stevedore job pays the bills, but I'm aiming for a career as an artiste. However, I'm really here because I'd hate myself for the rest of my life if I didn't try to see you again. Maybe I'm a fool. Maybe you think we're too different, but I had to try.
Well, I'm very flattered. Are you always this nervous?
Yeah, I'm not very good with women. I spent most of my time working ever since I was 10 years old, when my father died.
Was his name Luca, like Lucador? Was he a wrestler?
Lately, I've spent my free time going to school.
I'm starting to think we're more alike than I first thought. My mother died when I was very young, so I was raised by my father. What kind of artist are you?
Murder. A murder artist.
I'm a painter. I also do a little sculpting.
Cakes.
How interesting. But I think that an artist would know enough not to wear work boots with his tuxedo at a formal party.
Oh, I said I explained that, didn't I? I was hoping nobody would notice. I had to blow 2 weeks' pay to rent this tux, but I didn't have enough left over to rent the fancy shoes. It's just that I had to see you again.
You spent all your money just to see me? My goodness, I don't know what to say.
Say you'll have dinner with me some evening. I may seem a little odd, but I promise that I'm harmless. I'd be honored to spend an evening with you and show you the sights around the town.
What would we eat, Steve? Well, I don't usually, but you've gone to a lot of trouble to find me. I think I can trust you. That tracks.
Really? You'll do it? Thank you. You won't regret it. I'll make it a memorable evening. I'll paint for you. I'll dance for you. I'll sing for you. Anything you want.
Well, there's no need to get carried away. Let's see how dinner goes first. In 2 weeks, when you have money again.
Of course. You're absolutely right. I don't seem too anxious, do I?
Maybe just a bit, but that's okay. Because you're good looking and we'll forgive anything.
Okay, I'll take a deep breath and calm down. It'll be fine. I'll do whatever you want.
I think this is the beginning of something important, Steve. I like you already.
You know, little...
You're subservient.
Whoa!
Oh.
Moving
Wow.
fast.
Let's go back to the party, Steve. I've got work to do.
We're gonna make little ginger babies.
Oh, God.
Your first kiss
gingerest.
together was sideways. Weird to go in for the sideways kiss first.
I know.
In Laura's defense, she was recently cake.
That's true.
She's not used to this level of attention.
Oh,
Wow, he walks great.
Oh, just walk right through them.
wow.
Clomp, 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 clomp. Clomp, clomp, squelch, clomp, clomp.
What a man.
He does walk like an old-fashioned Cylon.
That's the name of my band in high school.
Old-fashioned Cylon?
Old-fashioned Cylon. Wasn't the best.
I would have gone with old-timey Cylon.
Yeah, that
Oh,
would
yeah,
have been
that's
best.
better. That's
yeah.
better.
We pronounced fashioned.
Old-fashioned
That's worse.
Cylon?
Old-fashioned Cylon.
Old-fashioned Cylon.
Is it not Cylon?
It's
Is it?
It is.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right.
It's all right.
I'm used to only like hearing the word as opposed to seeing it written down. So.
You didn't know.
You made me question my memory for sure.
No. I think actually the Cylons spelt Psilon are from Space Quest. I
Oh.
think those were the Psilons. Yeah. So on brand for Sierra Saturday.
For sure.
Do you want to do some
Yeah.
questions?
I was gonna say, should we get some Colonel's questions out?
Yes.
All right.
I know right off the top, one of the requests was that we could all shut the fuck up and listen to 12 Op's amazing
Yes.
theme. So that's one easy
For
question.
a question for the question for glory theme specifically.
Oh, you want the questions for Glory theme? We can do that.
Yeah, and we'll all just keep it quiet.
Jesus Christ, that's amazing. Play it again. That oh, every time.
I mean, I could just go through the whole
just do it.
Segment collection. We got
play them all.
Questions for Gory. Oh no, that was the one that I created back in the day. Shit. There it is. Where is my
Pharmacist.
I haven't heard those ones in a while.
Freddy Pharmacists. Oh, gold.
That's right. Shit, man. I can't find actually I get the questions for Gory, but maybe we didn't get one. I'll have to try and remember, but do we have a Hundo P Watch?
I mean, we always have a Hundo P Watch. It's on the Discord, which, by the way, if you haven't joined, join today.
Yes.
Link in the description, in the episode description.
Yes. No, people are just noticing that...
It is linked in the description every week. It's just down there. You can find it.
My Discord is currently open to Nat Almiral's haunting portrait of the true face of Nanny from Muppet Babies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's no. Listen, here's the thing about Hundo P Watch. We're pushing it. We're putting it out there. We're doing our best. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna bring Hundo P back, and I appreciate all the work that everyone's doing out there for it.
Thank you, everybody. This has been Hundo P Watch.
I guess Matt has transitioned from observing it to conservation work.
It's true. I really felt a change in my heart after observing it dying out there in the world. I feel like we really need the conservation efforts. Yeah.
I mean, that sort of happened with the kakapo, I suppose, in New Zealand, where it switched from just kind of observing their numbers to just every time you see a kakapo, you bag it, put it in a soundproof box, and helicopter it to an island with no weasels, because otherwise there will be no more kakapo.
All right, we got a bunch, eh? So I'm gonna start with
Questions for Kroll.
Our questions for Kroll are always open as
damn
well.
it.
But
for those of you who don't know, 12-op made those. They're fucking
all
awesome.
of these.
All of them. They're so good.
But yeah, so let's properly queue up some Colonel's Big Questions.
Right.
The Colonel's Bequestion.
All right. Lay a Colonel's Big Question or two upon us.
Okay, well, we got some comments about the grape cane, which really went over well because it's a real thing, and I'm glad people learned about it who didn't know about it. We didn't. We also got some stevedore things. We got nobody like Ziggy. That's understandable. And then we get to our first one. Colonel's Bequestion for Glory. What happened to the harmonica from Pink Bunny Cakes? It's not far. I can go get it. All right, hold on. I go get it. Hold on. No,
I didn't know whether to approve or object, so I just sat in silence and let Matt make up his own mind.
So the answer to the question was nothing, really. It's been around. There you go.
There it is. Here it comes.
For those of you who have joined us from Bequestion, from Dagger of Amon Ra, or from possibly even Colonel's Bequest. I don't know that the harmonica really made too much of an appearance. That was a mainstay on the show for a while, was Matt's harmonica.
Never had one lesson.
Surprisingly not often used while we were playing Freddy's Farkas Frontier Pharmacist.
Yeah, right.
Either, which
should have been.
Felt like the right place for it, honestly.
I've always liked it for like it's like when you're listening to like a book on a record and it's the sound when you're supposed to turn the page. Sort of a segment transition thing. But sometimes Matt will go from playing jaunty tunes to just breathing despondently through the harmonica just to fill the silence with noise.
Anyway, what happened to it? It was by my bedside table. Honestly, now it's here.
I forget who I was watching that was doing it, and I'm sure that this is just a bit that a bunch of streamers have done, but I remember watching a Twitch stream of someone who was playing a horror game but had like a harmonica fastened to their face so that every time they freaked out they made harmonica noises. It was great.
Yeah.
Not really our style of show, but
no.
Like, I mean, we don't really do, well, we do horror games, but like we play Phantasmagoria and shit like that, which isn't really startling. So.
That's one of those things. It's good content, but it's probably also someone's kink.
Yeah. Well,
sort of a harmonica ball gag situation.
Well,
harmonica ball gag. That was my band name in high school.
Harmonica ball gag.
Harmonica ball gag is a good band
That's
name.
A great band name.
I bet you could actually construct a harmonica ball gag that would
Almost
make
definitely.
the harmonica sounds.
Oh, I bet you did like industrial club music. I don't know. Harmonica ball gag. Anyway, yeah, it's right here. And it'll never leave now. I'm going to keep it right here. And
This episode just got a whole lot jauntier.
Oh, it sure did. All right. Leonard Cowan, 3644. Colonel's Bequestion. What went wrong in Ziggy's life that led him to being the way he is? Is there an alternate reality where Ziggy's a well-adjusted person making positive contributions to society / field of Egyptology?
I read this question earlier, and it's one of my very favorites we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
I don't have a good answer for what could possibly create Ziggy. My theory is that a sort of growth in his head is just rapidly expanding over time and just constricting his brain. And so his actions are being altered as a result of that. Or not even necessarily a mass so much as a void, you know? A space opening up, pushing all of the gray matter to the side.
Ziggy is attending a formal party at an art gallery. This is as good as it gets. There is no reality where Ziggy does better than this. Like this is it. This is top of the pops for old Zigster, as far as I'm concerned. And you may be right about the mass in his head. I don't know, but I don't know what led him that way. It's just, I think there's a lot everybody knows a Ziggy in real life. You know? Yeah, you know.
Do we?
I don't think I do.
I've met a couple Ziggies in my life. I'll tell you this. I don't know what's wrong with them. Who knows? Bad childhood. You know. How old would you say Ziggy is? Give me an age here. What do you think? What are you thinking? Give me, yeah, just best guess.
I'm gonna say probably mid-30s.
Oh my god.
Mid-30s?
Oh my god.
I misspeak. I have met a Ziggy.
Yeah, everybody has.
I was at a barbecue with my ex's family. And one of her uncles came up to me. And
I can hear the 1,000-yard stare.
It's not just that he told me a dirty joke. It's that he only told me a dirty joke. He walked up to me, said a dirty joke, and then walked away. Not, hi, I'm your ex's Uncle Vinny.
I can see into the future, apparently.
Yeah, but he just came up, said the dirty joke as an introduction instead of his name or hello or anything, and then just went off into the rest of the barbecue and just left me there to just process it.
See, this is the thing about meeting a Ziggy, is when you do, you will file that away and try not to think about it anymore. But we've all done it. It's all happened.
I do remember the joke, and it's truly ghoulish, and I don't know if I want to repeat it.
I wasn't gonna pressure you into that.
No, it is a permanent memory. It's not one of those memories that I've archived. Or I guess maybe I did, and I just unzipped it now by mistake. But I do think I remember verbatim the joke that he said.
Was it one you'd heard before, or is it just a complete original?
I don't know. That might have been a Vinny original.
Oh God.
Ooh, a Vinny original. Yeah.
You know, Vinny and Ziggy sound very similar.
Oh my God.
Just saying.
You know what? I won't tell the joke, but if people want me to tell the joke, they can comment accordingly, and I will tell it if enough people request it.
They can request it on the Discord.
Yes, you'll type it on the Discord.
On a
yeah.
stick.
Good piece of Discord. Oh man, I'd have to put it in writing then. It would have
true,
to be
and
in
it would
a
be
thing
on
that I
the
wrote.
permanent record.
But I guess I can put like qualifying statements around it.
You could
Yeah.
set the scene, like make it a narrative. It's like, how did it start? How did you even get
in a
there?
text block.
And then how did it happen? And then here's the text block. Yeah, I think that's perfect.
It's like I don't want to build it up too much. It's a shitty, dirty joke that someone's uncle told me once. But I honestly don't think Vinny ever spoke to me again.
Wow.
I mean, for him, that was probably a win. He's like, meet a new person, tell them the Vinny original, step out of there. I left an impression. I don't get to disappoint anybody even more or less than I already have.
I guess he's just hoping to live on as a sort of psychic ghost. He just tells enough people only that joke so that he can never truly die.
Look at this.
But I mean, I'm never gonna tell that joke to anybody. But I guess maybe I will. Maybe that's how Vinny's gonna live on.
This is beautiful. It's beautiful.
I love it.
And Luke, I will say that it's terrifying to me, the idea that this is the best version of Ziggy, the one that gets to go to the museum party, and there are like worse ones off.
There's so many alternate realities where Ziggy's just dead.
or just at home now. Just like heating up some soup.
Yeah. But he needs to be out there and making people feel uncomfortable.
That's where he shines. It's true.
That's where he shines, yeah.
It could be a fluid in his head as well, rather than a mass or a void. Like a cavitation that is expanding and causing his head to expand.
He could be an alien, and that's what they all look like.
I kind of picture it's an air bladder, like he's being inflated like a volleyball.
I think it's more likely he was experimented on by aliens than being an alien.
Actually, yeah, that's good. I like that.
He got probed really hard and was never quite the same.
Just pushed everything up into the cranium.
So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, there's no alternate reality where he's doing better. So.
I don't know what would create a person like that. I think it would be hard to say what went wrong. I don't think enough things went right.
But it happens every day. Like everybody's met a Ziggy, and like it's just some people are just that's just how they are. That's just what they are. And that's the colors of the world. We need it. We need the Ziggies of the world, right?
That's truly painting with all the colors of the wind.
I mean, like, again, I love to yes and, but strongly disagree. I'm a hard no on that one.
Yeah, I can't get behind that. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Once every month or so, there's a hard no that I got to put in there, and this is this
Putting
one.
our foot down this time.
I get it.
Everybody gets a veto.
Yep. So there you go.
I used my once ever veto on something stupid. I don't remember what it was now, but you guys
Which
recall
is why
I used
there
my
are
once ever.
Ziggies.
Oh yeah, I can't. It's too late for me to veto it.
Yeah. Oh well.
Julia, by the way,
fact
you
that there
get a
always
once ever veto.
Okay, I'm gonna save mine for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it in mind.
I'm gonna veto what I want when I want. The rules don't apply to me. All right.
Well, similar.
Whether
You
the
can call
veto is
vetoes whatever you
observed or
want.
not. Yeah. That's
Like I
that's
can
the
still
hard part.
convince you. I can still try to convince you guys not to do something.
Yeah.
Right. But like, my once ever veto is gone. There's no mandated one where you guys have to listen to me.
I have 3.
It was in Matt's contract. He's a stern negotiator and also a channel founder, so he can make up rules like that.
Yeah. Luke actually has like 5, but he'll never tell you that.
I didn't even know. So
Oh, it's in your
I haven't reviewed
contract,
my
buddy.
contract in a while. Yeah.
Read the contract. Yeah, super important.
Yeah. Okay.
Just get one bar per year by accrual.
Yeah. Just whatever you want.
My contract
After
very
the third
specifically
year.
said once, comma, ever.
It's too powerful, so you have to start limiting it after the sort of first couple of years of the show.
I don't think we've ever used any of ours.
No, probably not.
You know what? I'm not going to talk about that. We talked about something during one of the Quest for Glories, and I think it was the Transylvania one. Was that 4?
Mm-hmm.
It was 4.
Oh, probably,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Quest for Glory 4.
You
was
guys
the
know
one
what I'm
that was
talking
in a
about.
Transylvanian style place, yeah.
You guys know the one we're talking about. the Necrobabe story.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we didn't veto that, I don't know.
No, you told the whole thing.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yep.
Obi.
John vetoed continuing to play Fallout, and then he died.
Yes.
That was an archived memory, that story, man. I definitely had zipped that one away. It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah. Don't see
Both you're retelling it on Quest for Glory 4 and the original time you told it to me. And like, I'm pretty sure you told me that story in your car while we were driving somewhere. In a vehicular prison where there was nowhere to go.
It's kind of the Ziggy of stories. It's kind of one you just want to forget. Anyway, don't seek it out. It's not worth it. It's not anything interesting or fun or exciting. It's just
We were appropriately in a swamp when Matt told the story, so
yeah.
As disturbed and upset as I was by the story, I wasn't upset at Matt because I understand that no one should have to carry a memory like that alone.
I had nothing to do with this, but it did happen to me. So,
yes.
Anyway, that's a little thing. That's a little bit of excitement for you guys. Anyway, Obi-Wan.
Was this a Colonel's Bequestion?
No, it was just this. I don't know how we got onto that. Obi-Wan Bill Kenobi asked to hear all of the just really the Questions for Glory clip because it's incredible, and it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It continues to be incredible. Let's do it. Let's listen to it one more time.
One more time.
Yep. Here it goes.
Questions for glory. Questions for glory. Yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank God, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Meteor Sage still at the warning. Let's fucking go. It's amazing.
Did you know that there is a separate Questions for Glory track that 12 Op created for us?
Hmm?
That we don't use.
I did know. Play it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's great. I don't think I've
That
ever
one's
heard
I was
that.
wondering if I've heard it, and I definitely haven't.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We've played it before. Like it was one, but we decided because
We might have early on.
and I think like this we decided like the second one was like that was it. like clearly that one's it. But
Yeah.
because it is. It's epic. Pink Bunny Cakes, I'll see your Erasmus and Sunny Bonds and raise you a Detective Carey, who probably would have been a better choice. And Luke, you wrote, in hindsight, I realized that Marie, having been a former sex worker, probably would have been too scandalous for Sunny's nominations. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I said.
Carrie's a better call.
Yeah, Carrie is a more likely candidate for the vice presidency with Princess Rosella. Yeah, Marie would have been a deal breaker probably for the North American public to vote on. So
yeah. Idras, Amon Ra-sk you a question. Given
It's great.
Stop trying to make Amon Ra-sk you a question a thing.
Never stop.
Never stop. Eventually we'll know.
Sorry,
Eventually something will happen. Something will happen. We'll be like, yes, that's it. But not. I don't think so.
I like it.
I like it. I like it. Really, really. It's kind of if 12-op likes it. It's really what it's about.
I will digitally slap your wrist. Don't encourage him to do bullshit for us like that.
So good. Amon Ra-sk, your question. Yeah, please don't. Please, we're good. We're so good. You've given us so much, too much.
Yeah.
Given the complete,
need to hold off for leisure suit queries and whatever we come up with for Gabriel Knight. Still haven't figured that one out just yet, but
yeah, okay. It's just
sorry, sidetracked. Go on.
The leisure suit queries. Jesus, that's incredible. Anyway, Amon Ra-sk, your question. Given the complete Disney movie collection, which Disney failure of the past would work well as a remake with all the modern tools of movie making? Interesting. So we got to go back and we got to really think about Disney failures here.
Well, I mean, I think there was a response in the question itself to say the Black Cauldron, and I think that's probably the most appropriate answer, because it was considered such a failure that I believe Disney was even considering basically shutting down doing animated films.
Yeah.
And sticking to television or something like that, or something else entirely. I'm not really sure. But,
I mean,
that certainly didn't deserve that.
That's the big Disney failure. That's the one.
Yeah. And I mean, based on relatively successful young adult novel series and cool and interesting, fantasy setting, I think you could give it another swing and do well with it.
I agree, except it'll never happen because that bombed so hard that no idiot movie executive will look at that and go, yeah, there's no way we're making money out of that.
I wonder
But, too.
Probably.
They're going to run out eventually of all the other ones.
No, you're right. You're right. And I think, I don't know.
Knowing Disney's recent track record, they might do a live action version of it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
they jumped the queue and went straight to fucking CG enhanced live action fucking Lion King. So,
what about Oliver?
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, what about
all of the live action remakes, man?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Some were worse than others.
That's the nicest thing you could say about them.
A lot of talented people.
A lot of talented people working on them.
A lot of talented people, a lot of hard work.
A lot of employment there.
But
I admittedly had...
And some desperately shitty character designs.
Yeah.
On some CG animals.
I had some okay fun with Aladdin. It wasn't great. It wasn't as bad as The Lion King. Or Beauty and the Beast. But, whatever. whatever, I'm not saying it's good. Don't quote me on that, but it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. There you go.
I thought the Jungle Book was okay, except for the
Jungle
singing.
Book.
Except for the singing. The singing was just a disaster.
Yeah.
Wasn't Christopher Walken in that as
Yes,
King
he
Louis?
was.
He was. Yeah.
So that's a plus in my book, right there.
Jungle Book. You're right. That wasn't that bad either. Was Idris Elba Shere Khan?
I
that I don't
think
remember.
so.
I was pretty good too. All right, yeah,
Making King Louis a Gigantopithecus was pretty cool too.
Yes.
Because there weren't, he's not from the books, and also orangutans are not from that region. So making him like an extant member of an extinct species of giant ape was it's just cool. That's a cool thing to do.
I agree.
Yeah.
No complaints about there. I think.
No notes.
What about Oliver and Company? That's a pretty bad Disney failure. Or The Great Mouse Detective.
Yeah.
Is The Great Mouse Detective a failure?
I mean, like anything before Little Mermaid and after
Well-
the Golden Age.
Did they do that Treasure
Yeah.
Island movie,
Yeah.
or was that just an independent other thing?
Yeah, Treasure
Planet?
Whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Treasure Planet was.
Treasure Planet was what it was called. Yeah.
Treasure Planet wasn't
pretty
bad.
sure that was
it got buried by Disney didn't like it, so they
Yeah, I think it was the first time that was it DreamWorks or I think didn't Anastasia come out around the same time and actually managed to cream it at the box office, and so
Well, one of the things that the directors of
that was Don Bluth films. That wasn't.
That was
Okay.
Don
Sorry.
Bluth. But the directors of Treasure Planet were trying to get that movie made for years, and Disney was like, "Okay, we'll do it, but you guys got to do The Lion King first, or you got to do Aladdin first." And they're like, "Okay, all right, we'll do that." And so when it came out, they just were like, "Okay, well, we're not gonna give you any advertising for it." It's real Disney, man. What the fuck?
My favorite thing in Treasure Planet is it has some remarkable 3D animation in it, and particularly all of the robots are 3D animated, whereas all of the humans, the organic people, are classically animated. And Long John Silver, who is a cyborg, is an animation cyborg as well, in that his flesh parts are classically animated, and his 3D parts are 3D animated. His robot parts are 3D animated.
That's cool. I like that. That's a
It
good
is
commitment to the bit.
It's such a remarkable undertaking, and a lot of the 3D animation in Treasure Planet is remarkable enough that I find it difficult to excuse shitty 3D animation in anything else. I enjoyed bits of the story and world building of the Dragon Prince, but it's some of the worst animation that I've seen. It's and just anywhere. It's not quite as bad as those terrible Godzilla movies on Netflix that I love, but it's it's shocking animation for something done on that scale. Anyway, remarkable from an animation standpoint, Treasure Planet.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, there you go. I think maybe Treasure Planet. That was a failure, but I wouldn't want to see them remake it. I think, yeah.
Mostly when it comes to remakes, I don't understand them if there's nothing wrong with the original product.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of the live action movies, The Lion King is still a great movie if you watch it. And the weird thing about the live action remakes of all that stuff is that those older animated pieces are kind of timeless. In their stylization, right? They will look as beautiful as they did the day that they were made forever. Whereas, give it 5 years and all of the CG in every CG movie will look like ass.
Yeah, that's true.
It just kind of doesn't
Those came out around really the pinnacle of the peak of Disney's 2D animation studio era, really, right? Like film quality animation, you know, high frame rate, lots of time spent on the individual cells. I think still done in cell as well at that point. And like just very, very tight and execution. And then, you know, yeah, Disney moved on to like CG and like lower budget 2D animated stuff. So yeah, it's all like I'm a big 2D animation nerd. I collect animation cells and stuff like that. I have them hung on my wall and so on, but like it's a dying art. You don't see like cell like actual celluloid used anymore, except in like probably art schools.
What cells do you have? So. I don't want to extend this too long, but I am curious about what cells you have.
Oh, what most of the cells that I have are Masters of the Universe. I have also a cell from a Japanese cartoon called Sugoyo Masaru-san, and another one from Ranma 1/2. Yeah, that's the majority of them. Oh, and one from Captain N, the Game Master.
Oh, you've got a Captain N one? That's awesome.
I do.
That's great.
One of my favorite sort of little bits of animation is in Cowboy Bebop, because all of the spaceships are hand animated and hand rotated. Like
yes,
like the dogfights are hand illustrated with these complex geometric shapes just rotating like fluidly, and it's like there's so many reasons why they don't do it. It's just so much easier and cheaper in CG. Yes. It's just sad that you don't see that anymore. That craftsmanship is like Luke said, it's hard to justify the expense.
Yeah, it's expensive. It requires a lot of work. They did that with Macross Plus as well. The dogfight scenes with basically like Macross style robot plane things, all done hand animated, and it's fucking amazing. Yeah, good stuff.
But like 2D is sort of making a comeback, even if it's not like cell shaded. Like Blue Eye Samurai came out last year, and it that is definitely like CG, but it's also 2D, and it's incredible. It's an incredible thing to look. And what's interesting about Blue Eye Samurai is that it's so the people who made it have a love for 2D cell animation, so they really do try to like recreate that stuff. It's pretty great.
Yeah, the perception. Sorry, Luke, cut you off there. The perception of 3D work as 3D animation as looking worse is partly due to it being made cheaply. So it's cheaper to make no matter how you make it. But a lot of people will that's sort of the end of the discussion. Is it's cheaper to make, so we'll make it cheap. But like good 3D, like Tangled, beautiful looking movie. It's like every like you stop Tangled on every frame, on any frame, and it'll be a whole composition that people worked very hard on. And Blue Eye Samurai, remarkable animation. It's done with like a technological budget comparable to something like Dragon Prince, but with actual animators working on the
actual. Brutal. Yeah.
I'm still very proud, and I will continue to be proud to the end of my days at what we accomplished on Myth Force as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, as someone involved in that animation, yeah, it was an undertaking.
It looks amazing. It really looks amazing. You guys did a fantastic job.
In no small part because of Alex, as our sole technical artist for
my god.
Yeah. We were a little over prepared because we had like, I don't know how much shop I can talk actually. Luke could just put a long bleep over me. But there was stuff that didn't get into the final game where we were going to do like some like rubber hose, squash and stretch kind of stuff. So the rig has all of these features that we didn't end up using because it wasn't really feasible with the shared animation of the humanoid stuff. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it was but it was cool. It was a very cool thing to build.
Yeah. One day. I've thought of asking our animation team to go in and do a rubber hosing pass, but yeah, that's very wishful thinking.
Yeah. You guys
Do we
did.
have any other
You guys did great.
questions for Glory?
Oh yeah, we got.
Questions?
We have an orgasms for glory. Nat, that's not gonna fly. It's autocorrect. So orgasms for glory.
Was it?
That's great.
Isn't that great?
It was an autocorrect problem, and I respect that you kept it there for posterity.
It's so
for all
good.
time.
So good.
Nicely done.
Nat Amon Ra says orgasms for glory. What's a common task in your everyday life that would also be a great adventure game puzzle? A common task in my everyday life? I mean, I teach. It is kind of an adventure puzzle game every day. I don't know if it's a great one.
Sounds like a dialogue puzzle more so than a adventure game, like use object with other object kind of puzzle.
Yeah, there would be ways to gamify it. Yeah.
I have trouble thinking of any common task that feels like an adventure game puzzle because I've never liked the user interface of real life. I've always been at odds with it. Matt helpfully recently, I've mentioned a couple times, discovered that I'm stereo blind, which is probably a big reason why I hate moving around the world so much.
Yeah, everything is 2D to you.
Yeah, so it's very like a user interface, and it sucks. I don't care for it one bit. So, like, adventure game puzzles have like nice interfaces. It's actually kind of my like assessment of controls in a game is they have to feel slightly better than real life, or I'm not about it. So that's why I'm not great. I'm not a big proponent of like motion controls or some VR experience. Just because like, yeah, but like I'm here playing a game so I don't have to move my body, right? Like the experience I had that was most like an adventure game puzzle was going camping with my partner, and we were setting up the tent, and every part of it was like a weird escape room puzzle, but outdoors. We had to like open up a frightening box on the side of a pole to get power, and we had to like find a tool to unscrew it, and then like we were going all over the place in the middle of the night, like trying to get a fire going and trying to get power so we could charge our phones, and there were so many steps involved, and we would make like incremental progress by like finding nearby things that we could use.
That sounds like a legit,
It does.
like game jam adventure game kind of style thing right there.
We like had to like there was an inferior lock on a trailer that her family owned. So there's a lock that we could jimmy open on a trailer, and there was a screwdriver inside that we could get the side of the box unscrewed so we can open it. And then we had to figure out how to turn on the power. And
That's legit adventure puzzle game right there. Yeah.
Yeah, write that shit
not a
down.
common
We can make a
experience
game
though.
out
It's
of
only
it.
the once.
Yeah.
Also, there was a monster.
Oh.
Yeah?
Because there was halfway through this process, an incredible noise came from the bushes in the darkness that I assume was an animal sound, but it sounded a lot like a monster sound. It was like a really like shrieking sort of growl. And then something, I don't know what it really could have been, just tore off through the woods. Big enough to sort of crash through the undergrowth a bit. And it was like, I don't know, maybe like bobcat-sized kind of thing. Could have been a bobcat, I guess. But like, so that sound happened, and I'm sluggish in my reactions. And I swear my partner picked me up by the upper arms and moved me between her and the noise with just sort of animalistic strength, and then afterwards just apologized for just interposing me between her and danger.
Used you as a tower shield.
just instantly. And I was like, no, I appreciated it. Because like if my reflexes are better, that's what I would have wanted to do. That would have been the moral decision that I would have wanted to make if my physiology was up for it. Because if one of us is getting mauled by a thing in the woods, it should be me, like that's...
Yeah, that's
sound.
it sounds like a full
It
adventure
does. It
game.
really does.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
What about you guys?
I don't do a whole lot of like repetitive tasks that require a large number of components, except maybe.
I was gonna say cooking too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess, like, you could turn me trying to get my kids out the door in the morning and driving through traffic but I don't know if again, not a great game. It is a very frustrating puzzle to do every morning.
I kind of want to play Alex's camping trip,
but the camping trip sounds like a real goddamn idea.
I think it's basically the same gameplay loop as The Quarry.
Yeah, kind of. A few fewer werewolves, perhaps, but
Slightly fewer deaths.
Yeah, slightly.
All right. I'm typing on our Discord. By the way, join our Discord, everybody, if you haven't.
We didn't announce that we were recording this week, unless you did.
I didn't care to. I didn't
care to.
I didn't remember to, honestly.
Okay.
Leave us your Amon Ra-sk few questions.
Yes.
Leave us your questions for glory. Leave us your Colonel Speak questions, and leave us all the orgasms for glory you want. We'll get to them.
And Hundo P Watch.
Oh God, yeah. I need some Hundo P Watch.
I don't know if you want to request orgasms for glory on the internet.
I mean, they're there.
Listen, they're there.
They're there.
They're there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Not hard to find either, honestly.
We're just doing the best we can. All right.
With the limited resources at our disposal.
And if somebody, if that's all they can offer, then that's all we'll do. All right.
Well.
Daddy Snark also Googles shows before they watch them, so it's a thing.
I did not know that. Yeah.
All right, everybody. I hope you have a great afternoon.
Yeah.
Actually,
whatever.
Yeah, wherever.
It's like midnight here on the East Coast, so we're a little tired.
I need to go to bed. I gotta get up so fucking early tomorrow.
Matt's got an 8 a.m. meeting.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Welp.
And I gotta drive the kids downtown to school before that. Yeah.
One thing I do want to say real quick before we end is, in case that if you're not on the Discord and and you're a longtime level NPC-er, I was on Pushing Up Rose's new adventure game podcast, and I got to give level 0 NPCs a shout out. So if you check out Pushing Up Roses, it's the Save Your Game podcast, and I'm in episode 3 as a guest. So there we go.
Amazing.
If you're joining us from there, I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's
man.
true. This is going to be the first episode. Well,
Yeah.
airing after that. After that episode, I'm interested in seeing if anyone new shows up and for some reason just watches the first episodes that air on the newest episodes that air on the show. In which case, welcome. Maybe go back to the start of the series and watch from then.
Nah.
Just a suggestion.
Yeah.
I should have done a shitty cold opening.
We're nice enough, but we're not very good at this.
Yeah. I feel like we have relatively high production values in this sort of adventure game Let's Play space. But yeah, we make up for it by being just terrible in every other way. So
there's an abiding lack of professionalism.
Yeah.
It's like the
It's
trademark.
part of our charm.
Professionalism only in production.
From no one more so than me.
Yes. We're committed to being the least of us.
That's why we have that name.
Yeah.
The least of us. What a I want to see the version of The Last of Us that's the least of us. It's like the same, but it's borrower society in the same setting.
You see it every week, Alex. It's what we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, love you guys. I'm not.
Stick and stay, everybody.
Stick and stay.
I did a good job.
Find yourself a tomorrow.
We're really into you. I was congratulating myself on not saying it, then I said it.
Just injecting that into our send-off.
We're really into you. We're, nobody cares. Nobody.
Stick and stay, find yourself a tomorrow. We're really into you.
All right, everybody.
Bye, love you, bye.
Take it easy. Bye.
Bye.